The cold silence of the void, where stars die and gods scream their last prayers, a dark figure carved his path through the corpses of immortals. Gorr the God Butcher had long transcended hatred. His purpose was divine eradication. The all-black symbiote slithered across his flesh, whispering the songs of ancient vengeance. Every god slain, every pantheon burned, was one step closer to universal silence. But in one corner of creation, beyond the reach of even the celestials, there drifted something that wasn't a god, yet defied death itself. A creature born not from worship, but from the pit of apocalypse. Kryptonian science and dark divinity had birthed him. Doomsday, the living engine of extinction. Once unleashed upon worlds, he did not conquer. He annihilated. Planets remembered him not as an invader, but as the end. When Gorr's blade cut through the divine barriers of another dying cosmos, his attention was drawn to a world that trembled without prayer. He descended upon its surface expecting gods, temples, and altars. Instead, he found only ruins, charred lands, bones of titans, and the echo of something that refused to die. The all-black quivered. Something in the darkness matched its hunger. Beneath the scorched earth, Doomsday stirred. The scent of power woke him. He didn't think. He didn't reason. He only responded to one instinct: destroy the strongest. His crimson eyes burst open like dying suns, and the planet itself convulsed as he rose. Gorr watched the behemoth emerge from beneath layers of stone and metal. This was no god of light or worship. It was raw defiance given form. Yet the butcher smiled. "Perhaps," he whispered, "you will do." He raised the all-black, its edge humming with the death of galaxies. "If there are no gods left to kill, I will make one out of you, and then end you." Doomsday answered not with words, but a roar that fractured mountains. The atmosphere shook. Lightning coursed across his hide. He charged, the ground shattering beneath his every step, as if the planet itself feared his existence. The symbiote spread across Gorr's body, forming armor of living darkness. He soared upward, weaving through clouds of molten rock. When Doomsday leapt to meet him, their collision sent a shockwave that burned the air itself. Yet neither fell, neither yielded. In that moment, the cosmos paused. Two forms of death, one divine, one monstrous, had found each other. The butcher sought to erase gods from existence. The beast sought to erase everything that breathed, and as the stars dimmed in anticipation, their battle promised to scar eternity. The moment they collided, the universe itself seemed to flinch. Gorr's necrosword screamed with the echoes of countless slain gods, while Doomsday's roar split the clouds apart and cracked the surface of the planet beneath them. Their first impact birthed a shockwave that erased mountains and boiled oceans into vapor. Doomsday struck first, a blur of rage and muscle. His fist landed like the fall of a meteor, but Gorr was already moving. The all-black coiled around him, reshaping into wings that split into spears of living shadow. They pierced Doomsday's chest, black energy searing through his flesh, but the monster didn't falter. His body adapted, the wound closing even as molten blood hissed against the air. "Good," Gorr snarled, voice echoing like thunder. "Let's see how many times you can die." He swung his blade in a wide arc, cleaving through the air and sending waves of god-slaying energy spiraling outward. The shockwaves carved through Doomsday's armor-like skin. Each strike meant to end pantheons. But Doomsday endured. He seized Gorr midair and hurled him across the battlefield through the ruins of shattered temples, once devoted to long-dead deities. Gorr emerged from the rubble, unbroken. Shadows reformed his armor. "You evolve," he said coldly. "So do I." The necrosword responded to his will, morphing into a storm of black tendrils that lashed across the horizon. They impaled Doomsday, each one exploding with cosmic venom. For a moment, the beast staggered, and then with a deafening roar, he tore them apart. His body mutated instantly, new bone protrusions forming where he'd been wounded. He was learning, adapting, becoming immune to death itself. The butcher grinned, almost admiring. "You are not a god, But you are what they fear most, Doomsday charged again, moving faster than Gorr expected. The impact hurled them both into the sky. They tore through clouds, breaking the sound barrier a dozen times over. Gorr's sword met Doomsday's fists in a dance of chaos, every blow brighter than a dying star, every movement shaking continents. The All-Black whispered in Gorr's mind. He cannot die by mortal means. He cannot be reasoned with. Feed him to the void. Then I'll tear a hole big enough for the void itself to swallow him, Gorr growled. He raised his sword to the heavens, drawing power from the necrosword's endless well. Darkness pooled above them, forming a vortex that blotted out the stars. From that storm, Gorr unleashed a wave of divine annihilation, the same energy that had slain pantheons. Doomsday was consumed in the black maelstrom. The explosion turned the planet inside out. For moments, there was only darkness and silence. Then he rose. Doomsday clawed his way out of the abyss, armor reforged, eyes burning hotter than before. The necrosword's essence had been absorbed into him, twisted into his evolving cells. Gorr's expression shifted from triumph to shock. The monster had adapted to god-killing power. Before Gorr could react, Doomsday was upon him. He caught the butcher's throat, lifted him high, and drove him into the planet's molten crust. The impact split the world apart. Lava and lightning danced as Gorr tried to counter-strike, stabbing his sword through Doomsday's chest, but the beast didn't even slow down. His fist connected with Gorr's torso, shattering bones and armor alike. The butcher screamed, black ichor spraying from his wounds. The necrosword flared in desperation, binding his body back together. He thrust it again into Doomsday's heart, but this time the creature didn't fall. He ripped the blade from his chest and broke it in two. The All-Black howled as its fragments dissolved into the void. Gorr's power drained in an instant. He fell to his knees, trembling as Doomsday towered over him like the embodiment of inevitability. "You," Gorr gasped, blood and darkness pouring from his mouth. "You are no god. You are death itself," Doomsday answered only with action. His final punch shattered the ground and silenced the stars above. The energy of the strike rippled through the cosmos, extinguishing the light of nearby systems. When the dust cleared, nothing of Gorr remained. No shadow, no echo, no scream. Doomsday stood amidst the ruins of a dead world, breathing heavily, eyes glowing faintly red. The necrosword's dark residue shimmered across his skin, absorbed into his evolving form. He had conquered divinity itself. In the endless silence that followed, the universe remembered a single truth. When gods fall, something far worse takes their place.